Hello and welcome to You People. I am your host for the evening. Well, I'm your always host. My name is Roy Koshy. We've never had a guest host here at You People. We've only had me, just me, here at Roy Koshy Productions. Actually, Not Cool Productions, starring Roy Koshy. Wow, I really should have rehearsed all of this before I came down here. That's the beauty of public access. All right, so tonight we are live again. I'm so excited. We're live. Yeah. Ooh, live. And we're going to take you live on tape, pre-recorded shows down. Sorry, that was unnecessary. I shouldn't be picking fights with pre-recorded taped shows. I apologize. It's just a different art form. Just a different art form, okay? So anyways, we are live, which means I can take your phone calls and your phone calls and your phone calls. Yeah, I can take your phone calls. All right. I'm just very excited to be back. I apologize for the hiatus. I know that all three of you who have ever seen the show and forgot about the show have been really resentful that I popped up on your news feed on social media and you're like, what the fuck is this? Why did I like this page again? So I apologize. Been a long hiatus, but we're back. I'm back. And tonight we have a little bit of a topic here. I want to talk about miseducation, sort of accidental miseducation in mainstream culture and in mainstream media. Not even limited to mainstream media. Sometimes even fringe culture. Okay, and so the number here is 212-245-7273. Again, it's 212, you can see it, right? Unless, like, you are hard of seeing or you're blind, in which case I don't want to exclude you. So the number again is 212-245-7273. The phone lines are live right now, and so we're going to be discussing accidental miseducation. And we're going to be, I'm also going to maybe have some fun tonight, and I might try some prank calls. You know, I think prank calls are a dying art form, and I'm a little rusty on, I used to watch my friends do prank calls, so I would like to just try some tonight. It's a dying art form because of caller ID and all that, so I just would like to try something new tonight. Okay, so, Here's what I mean by accidental miseducation. I guess I just want to share this story. Here's, as you can see on your screen here, I wrote Brock Turner, Cape Fear, and Accidental Miseducation. So many of you have probably been exposed to the story of Brock Turner, the swimmer who got a very, very, very lenient sentence for committing rape of an unconscious woman behind a dumpster. And the victim wrote a really, really powerful statement that she made to the judge in the court, and it's really was very searing. And many of you, if you haven't read it, I really recommend you read it. It's very brutal, but not as brutal as experiencing rape. So I just, you know, do yourself a favor and read it. It's really a great read, a really important read. Anyways, it made me think a lot about, in her statement, she mentions like how the, you know, his defense team, but also like just at every level, like investigators, basically, caller, I will get to you in 1 second. every investigator basically questioned her choices of like, how much did you drink? What were you, why were you back there? What were you doing? And it made me think of the film Cape Fear. The remake of Cape Fear in 1992, and Caller I will get to, I'm so sorry. There's a scene, basically the premise of the movie is that Robert De Niro was convicted of, rape and murder. He gets out, he gets out and makes his way in society. He tries to track down Nick Nolte, who was the prosecutor in the case. And there's a scene in the film where basically, Caller, please call back, I'm so sorry. But there's a scene in the movie where Nick Nolte's having a conversation with another lawyer, and he basically exposes that he didn't reveal this in court, that the victim was promiscuous, and he uses that word. And I was very young when I saw this. I saw this movie in the theater with a friend of mine's family, and he basically, it's a serious moment. It's like all the weight is given to this moment where he's like, yes, well, I didn't admit this in court, but the victim, she was promiscuous. And it's just given this weight. And I feel like from a narrative standpoint, it was meant to sort of give the impression that like, oh, well, then Robert De Niro's character maybe has reason to go chase after Nick Nolte. And it's sort of like this, it was meant to narratively add like a little bit of a conflict and a little bit of a layer of like, oh, well, maybe, did Nick Nolte really screw him over? And it's like, it was a weird moment. I didn't know what the word promiscuous meant. I asked my friend's parents that I went to the movie with, and they were like, you have to go ask your parents what that means. Eventually, I found out what it meant. And it's still like it's still like in my head, I was just like, that's weird. Like, why? How does that like allow for rape or torture or murder of any sort, being promiscuous? But that's a message. And if you read this victim's statement, those are the questions that are given to her of like, how much did you drink? What were you wearing? Blah, blah, blah. And it's given to a lot of rape victims. Were you promiscuous? Were you sexually active? As if like that's a justification. And like, I've had to learn just growing up, you hear those messages as a male, you hear those messages, and Caller, I'll take your call in 1 second. I've had to learn just as a male, like you have to let that go. Like you have to like uneducate yourself of that miseducation. Anyways, Caller, thank you for being patient. All right, you people, you are on the air.
My favorite scene in Robert De Niro has a woman who works in the court who is not that attractive. He brings her to his hotel room, and they're making love on the bed, and all of a sudden he grabs her and bites a chunk of flesh from her teeth. He says, got your back now.
Yeah, I remember that. What was it about that scene that was your favorite? Why is that your favorite scene? All right. Well, this wasn't the prank call portion of the show, but evidently somebody's jumping the gun. Fuck that guy. Man, if you're gonna like kind of like, I don't know, if you're trying to make a point or something or add to the conversation, great. If you're trying to be a dick, at least own it. Don't hang up. Like, you're a coward if you hang up on me. You're a fucking coward, sir. Also, like, Illeana Douglas is very attractive. That's the woman he was talking about. Illeana Douglas was the woman who Robert De Niro bites her face. I'm sorry if I'm giving away spoilers. Anyways, that was what I was getting at about this movie. Basically, like, and, I don't know what everyone's intentions were, the screenwriter and Scorsese's intentions were with adding that detail into the film. But, like, it does, like, sort of, like, because it was given this weight in the film, and it's sort of taken, it was almost like, how do I explain this? It was given this weight, and it was sort of presented as, like, oh, well, this ups the conflict because now Robert De Niro has a motive, and we're treating this motive as if like it's a real valuable motive that like because this person was promiscuous that makes Robert De Niro's character's rape a little bit more light. I don't know. So anyways, it's been a while since I've watched the movie. I still think it's a great film. That's the problem. Like I still think it's a really masterfully done film. And I just, but I just want to see if anybody, that's our topic, accidental miseducation. If anyone has ever watched something from their childhood or even their adulthood, and you received a message about maybe a group of people or the world or yourself, or even, you know, yourself and your own identity, your own culture, that you somehow, that sort of, you feel like maybe infected you, or you see infecting the world around you, please call in 212-245-7273. Because I think that, like, I'm very lucky in that, like, and maybe most film viewers who watch that movie are like this, like, you don't necessarily give it, whenever, like, that moment of, like, oh, she was promiscuous, you know, maybe, like, a lot of people say, like, that's still not justification for rape. Yeah, so I think that, but unfortunately, then why do we have often investigators and often just regular, just people saying, like, well, she shouldn't have been drinking so much. What were you doing out there? I would like to live in a world where a woman can walk down the street naked, drunk and high at 3 a.m. in the morning, screaming, "I love cock," and we would all as a society agree that that's not grounds to rape her. Am I crazy? Am I some sort of dreamer on that one? I don't think there's any justification. It's bizarre to me. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's a very bizarre, and it's like the one crime that, like, is justified. Like a breaking and entering of your home. Like, well, how much did you have to drink, sir? That someone stole your stereo when you were passed out. Like, nobody does that. Even, like, if somebody, like, left their door unlocked, like, everyone would still prosecute the person who broke in and stole your property, because we value property more than people. That's how twisted things are. So, anyways, sir who called in before, if you want to have a longer talk, please call in again. The number is 212-245-7273. If you've had any sort of, if you remember, like, any movies that presented a message that you kind of, like, that kind of stuck with you, and you feel like it has miseducated either yourself or the world around you, like the promiscuous thing in Cape Fear. Like, I think that that's something that, unfortunately, like, enough people in this world take it too seriously. Like the Steubenville, Ohio situation where the girl was passed around and violated while she was unconscious. Please Google that if you want. That was also, again, you know, you had enough people being like, oh, well, why, she shouldn't have gone to that party. It's like, and any of these guys, like, any man who's saying all this, like, if a guy, like, I've passed out drunk before, like, I mean, any guy who passes out drunk and, like, there's, like, a big cucumber shoved up his ass when he wakes up, I mean, I feel like we give that person, we would kind of all collectively be like, oh, that's fucked up, that's weird. I mean, like, I don't, like, how many people and how many men would just sit there and be like, oh, man, you shouldn't have drank so much. You look, dude, you were wearing some shorts that night. You were wearing some tight shorts. Maybe think nasty-ass thoughts. And I saw you fucking this person in the stairwell, so you deserve that cucumber up your ass. Yeah, so 212-245-7273. Well, if nobody calls in, we're just going to switch back and forth here. I'm going to just make some prank calls. Just going to change things up. So I am not, like, a prank expert. I don't really like pranks in general. I don't understand the point of them, to be honest. I just, all you've done is humiliate somebody. So I don't believe in pranks, but you know, I've gone to therapy, and I've been learning to turn off, like, the resistance to the world, like, you know, where's that coming from? So maybe, like, try and explore, like, try and confront my fears and confront those things that I dislike, instead of, like, you know, judging, like, passing judgment before I have this experience, which might be a beautiful experience. Yeah, I'm gonna just try a prank call, okay? So I'm gonna just try not to judge. So, you know what, folks? So we're gonna do this. Let me... Okay, and it is prank call time. All right. And if you have a suggestion of a prank call, please call in. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is call, I don't know if you're familiar with Apple products, Apple computers. We're going to call up Apple computers. Okay?
Apple, your call may be recorded for quality assurance. I'm an automated system that can handle complete sentences. So tell me, how can I help you today?
A question about your products. Somebody eating?
Hold one moment, please.
Sure.
Okay, so that I wrote your call properly, please tell me if you'd like to talk to someone in sales, technical support, or are you calling about a recent order?
Sales.
Sure, I can get you to someone in our sales area. To make sure I route your call correctly, please tell me the product you're interested in purchasing.
Apples.
It might be better if I get a specialist to handle that. Hang on just a second while I transfer you.
Sure.
Remember to ask you about online personal setup and how this complimentary service can show you how to get the most out of your new Apple product. Please.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Apple. This is George. How can I help you?
Oh, hi, George. This is Philip Glass, and I would like to place a prank call, please.
Place a prank call?
Yes, so I am playing a character right now, and I would like to place a prank call, and my character would like to order a carton of apples. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Okay. Okay, maybe we got disconnected, I don't know. Wow, but that was a lot of fun just now. Okay, so I'm going to call, let's see. I'm going to call 24-Hour Fitness. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for calling 24-Hour Fitness Member Services. Para español, por favor, presione 2. Our offices are currently closed. If you are calling to make a payment or update your billing information and would like to use our automated system, please stay on the line. Otherwise, please call back between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Time, Monday through Friday. Please enter your 10-digit check-in code. This is the number you enter before scanning your fingerprint when checking into the club.
Okay. I don't have a 10-digit code. Well, let me make a prank 10-digit code. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One moment while I look up your account. I could not locate your account information. Would you like to try again?
No. Wow, so, didn't prank a human being, but I really pranked that automated service, I think. That service, like, had to go and, like, rustle through some files just now, internally, electronically, but, I think that you know, I think that they're going to look at their records tomorrow morning and they're going to be like, oh, we got pranked. Okay. Now, next, I'm going to try to prank call Walmart.
Calling
calling Walmart Stores Customer Service. For the phone number, location, and hours of operation of a Walmart store or Sam's Club, press 1. If you are a customer, press 2. If you are a current or former associate, press 3. For information on becoming a supplier, press 4. If you are calling about 1-hour guarantee, please press 5. To repeat this information, press the star key.
I thought they had 24-hour customers.
Sorry, I did not understand your response. Please try again. For the phone number, location, and hours of operation of a Walmart store or Sam's Club, press 1. If you are a customer, press 2. If you are calling about your Walmart.com online order, press 1. If you are calling about a store experience, Walmart gift card, or credit card, press 2. To contact Sam's Club, press 3. For savings catcher questions, press 4. If you are calling about an unexpected text message or tweet saying you've won or offering you a Walmart gift card, press option 8. To repeat this information, press the star key. To return to the previous menu, press pound.
Well, yeah, well, okay. Well, let me put up the other topic, and we will finish out with a prank call later on. Okay. So, earlier in the show, I discussed how the film, the remake of Cape Fear, put out a message, maybe accidentally, because, and I say accidental miseducation, because it may not have been their intention, but that's what I received, of if a woman is promiscuous, the guilt of her rapist can be called into question. So, if anyone else has anything, if you've seen anything, read anything, watched anything from your childhood or adulthood that put out a message that you know is wrong now, but you maybe internalized it, or you feel like you see the world internalize this message. And it's not calling for censorship or anything. It's not like, oh, you can't watch. I still think that's a great film. I think it's a great, great film. But, yeah, that was always a little weird to me. And as I've gotten older, it's weirder. And, of course, like, and I'm very grateful that that victim put out her statement, because it's an education. That's a good education. But as you know, as those voices come out finally, and that's a relatively newer phenomenon, that's good. And so it's calling into question a lot of these things that we just took for granted, that we may have internalized, because like that is a common response to a rape victim of, well, what did you do? Why did you have that vagina? If you didn't have that, you didn't take off your vagina. You didn't bring your chastity belt. Yeah. So, anyways, well, let me with this remaining time, if you want to stew over that, audience, feel free. I'm gonna try another prank call. Okay. All right.
Thank you for calling Domino's World Center. Please select from the following options. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For customer support, press 1. For the dial by name directory or to speak with a representative.
Oh, no, speak with...
Your Domino's Pizza call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Thank you for calling Domino's Pizza Customer Care. All agents are currently busy. Please hold for the next available agent.
Okay. So while we're waiting, if this music inspires like any sort of memories, or it reminded me of this music reminds me of an elevator ride I once took. Yeah, it just also reminds me of another time I called T-Mobile. Really, really powerful memories.
Thank you for calling Domino's Pizza Customer Care. All agents are currently busy. Please hold for the next available agent.
Okay. Well, if anyone else wants to, if you want to bring a suggestion while we wait online, you can call in at 212-245-7273. Feel free. We have about a little over, we have 2.5 minutes left of the show, so if you want to talk about accidental miseducation, or you want to talk about, or if you want to suggest a prank call, maybe if you want to add on, if you want to get in on this Domino's Pizza prank call that I'm doing right now, feel free. That'd be kind of fun, like,
Thank you for calling Domino's Pizza Customer Care. All agents are currently busy. Please hold for the next available agent.
okay, well, we have about 1 minute and 45 seconds, so if anyone wants to call about, talk about the Brock Turner case or any other any other accidental miseducation that you've received in your life, feel free at 212-245-7273. Wonder if these Zoo Crew people.
Thank you for calling Domino's Pizza Customer
Hi,
Care. All
hi.
agents are currently busy. Please hold for
It's
the
the
next
same
available
lady.
agent.
Okay, we have about 38 seconds. I wonder if the Zoo Crew in the morning goes through this. They seem to always get people on the line. Okay, well, that was our show. That was the return of you people, and thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time.
Welcome to Ace Rodney, big charge for the Superstars. Tonight, great guest, the incredible